Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another day of Factorio. Uh, I played a bit after last stream. Uh, Yesterday, I had, I don't remember exactly where I left off, but I know that when I started yesterday, I made this, train track, and I went down all the way here to a new area. This is where I did all of my oil. I'm making plastics and sulfur. I think I did most of this on stream, or at least this bit. I made more petroleum gas, which appears to be. I'm not making enough of it still. And I think that's because I switched this to start making some petroleum, some light oil, and some heavy oil, because I assume I will need those at some point. I just don't know for what reason yet. So I probably should add more oil pumps. Then, yeah, the plastic is backed up, and that's going to hold up the train. I need to make another miner, apparently. Then something else that I did is I moved my green science from this little area. It was really horrible. Oh, is my alt not on? Okay. I was wondering why I couldn't see what things were making. I moved my green science from this area up here. It took me a while to realize that I should just move it to a better location because I have so much space and I wasn't using it. And anyways, that's why. That's one big thing I did. Another thing I did was I increased the power that I was outputting. I'm creating sulfuric acid, and right now I'm just filling up 2 storage tanks. I think I will need that for something. I don't know what. I think I actually need it for blue chips. I think I looked that up. And the main thing going into this right now that I know I'm going to need to do is increase the production of green and red chips heavily. And to do that should be fairly simple, I imagine. It's this copper wire. We also need to make more copper wires. I think similar to my green science situation, these do not have to be here. In fact, they should not be on the copper line. And so we might as well just put them over here. So I'm going to approach this as intelligently as I can. And let's start with this. So we don't need those. First off, we can just take this line and extend it. This iron plate and copper wire. And we'll just need to feed the copper wires back here. So this copper wire line needs to get the copper plate input here, and we can just extend this out. So let's think this through. I think I want to maybe move that up. I wish I could. Can I? I wasn't thinking when I put this here. But maybe actually that's fine. I was thinking I can move it in closer, but it does not need to be close. So this line of iron plates can just extend out and come down. The line of copper can go here. This can go there, and then we can feed the red back into this line. Maybe actually just directly here. And then, yeah, we have access to the plastic here as well. So we can just, instead of looping it around like this, it can just come out this way. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get started on this. First thing, well, actually, before I do that, that's not what I want to do. Let's extend this out like this. And actually, I think these should go like even further. Maybe just 2 more. How do I do... I know how to do this if I'm just copy and pasting. But how do I do it intentionally? Like if I have this in my inventory like I do, you can't just queue and click. There's probably a button to make something a ghost. Oh, is it control click? No. Shift click? Shift click. Okay. Figured it out. I did a lot of research. That's another thing that happened. I did a lot of research while I was on doing random stuff, and I researched the rocket. So that's the goal of today, is to launch a rocket. And part of the reason I'm making more red chips and green chips and everything is, I believe, let's see here. To make the rocket platform, the rocket silo, you need 1,000 steel plates, 200 blue chips, 200 electric engine units, 100 pipes, easy, and 1,000 concrete. Out of these, the only thing I have are the steel plates and pipes. Everything else I don't know how to make, and I'm going to start with the blue chips and work my way down this. I also probably need to increase my production of steel plates if I need 1,000 of them. But we're starting with blue chips. And to make blue chips, we need red chips, I believe. Yeah, we need 2 red chips and 20 green chips. And then 5 sulfuric acid, which I have up in a oil thing. So how do I get sulfuric acid into a assembling machine? I'll figure that out when I get there. But let's just get to making this. So I need 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24, 32. I need 32 assembling machine 2s. And to do that, I'm going to need a lot of iron and electronic chips. So let's take this. We'll just take that. Iron gear wheels. And steel plates. And I'm actually just going to also just get iron plates and handcraft the remaining stuff. Okay, 42. And we need 28. I also have the ability to make robots to do crafting for me. But let's do this first. I need 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. There has to be a better way to do this, but nice. I did not need as many green circuits as I picked up. But it's okay. This can keep producing while I'm doing this. Actually, I don't even need to stop this production. I can just extend the lines. Interesting. Interesting thought. But let's go ahead and I messed those up. This is going to be so much more than I need. I hope. We have space. Let's line these up. Okay. So that's good. Cool. And then I think I have like tons of inserters yet. I was doing some work on the inserters and like on the inserter line to make more grain science, and through that I accidentally picked up like a couple million of them. I like to have one space between inserters. Let's go ahead and yeah, this is gonna be fun. Oh, actually, I need these to go up from here. Cool. And I don't need to keep on opening inventory. Maybe I should have got building robots for this. Okay. This is a very much a Factorio situation. Actually, I think I want to line you guys up more. And then I don't have enough power lines. Let's make some more. I can go here. And we can move up and down. Why are we saying that you don't have power? I'm fairly certain you do have power. Yeah, you do. Okay, everything should have power now. And then we'll just get rid of some of these ghost power poles that I don't need. And then put the last of the inserters in. And then shift right click. There you go. Why are these not set to make red chips already? That was weird. Oh, I'm done researching. Portable solar panel. Interesting. Advanced combinators. Performs sorting operations on circuit network signals. I don't even know what that is. I guess... Oh, the space platform I need to craft something to get. Do we do more lab research speed? We'll do that. And then we'll do some armor with a large equipment grid and inventory size. That's cool. We'll do worker robot stuff and then this. I do have, let's see how much science per minute I end up going up to. I think it's around 50. When it's up at full speed. Maybe it's closer to 20? No, it's going up towards 50. Yeah. Look at that. Science per minute is around 33-ish, 34. I guess it gives me like an average over a minute, so I'll check back in a minute. So let's take this, and we're going to need an outer line too, actually. I think we have 2 outer lines. That's how I set it up. So this one will be the plastic and copper wire, which comes from copper wire here. Plastic can join it. And then a second line here, which will be where the red chips are output, which means I need more yellow inserters going this way. And actually, I only need 1. No, that's incorrect. I did it correctly. And then I need... what, 8? 8 long... 8 long inserters to take the chips and put them on the output. Okay. I think this is one of the best planned things I've done, and now I'm going to need a lot more. Can I get you banned? There you go. Okay. We are going to have... We're going to sort of pause production here. Are we? I guess the way that I have done this is that we can hook up the outputs back into this. So is that going to be the first thing we do? Let's take... this first line of copper plates and get it into the right place. Just take one line at a time. What am I doing building on top of the copper? Well, I did that a long time ago. I might have to move this. How many of these do I have? Okay. We are going to then take this up. Around and down. Here we go. Copper plates coming. And our copper plate production, not enough. Maybe. We'll see how far down these get. We're doing yellow inserters at the moment. We'll see if it backs up. Well, I mean, it will back up at some point because the copper wire will fill this line up. Oh, I know why they weren't. Never mind. I'll need to make more copper ore miners. Okay. We have this line. And I'm going to have this back up. Here we go. This line can also go like here and have the copper. No, I want that. Filter, only pick up that. Here you go. So that can feed it into this for the red. Okay. We are extremely low on copper plate production. That's going to be what I need to do in a minute. But before that, let's get the plastic here, because this can join the plastic, so I don't actually need it to join back up with the copper wire here. Let's do a splitter. I don't have a splitter. And then let's put it down. And this can go down here. So I'm out of... I really need to make more of these boxes. I have them all in like random spots. I need to have better ways to pick up. Actually, let's go like this. I like to leave some space. And then this can go... Actually, it just goes straight out. I think I'm going to need to have more input for all of my minerals soon. Okay, we're going to go in, turn, do that again. Nope, not yet. Will that get hit by the train? Guess we'll find out. So this needs iron plates as well. I didn't hook up the iron plate yet. The plastic and the copper will need to join. I don't think I need a splitter for that, but we might as well build a few. Well, we might just use a splitter to make this as simple as possible. Yeah, I don't need anything here. Okay. I'm deep in thought, so sorry I'm not making any sense, but ooh, that's not what I would like to do. I don't want it to be mixed like that, so we're gonna do this and just dump that like that. There you go. That's much better. And these are the copper wires and plastic, which will be the input. And it's going to be working on that. That's perfect. Then we need iron plates. And I think then we will have a full production going, and I'll just hook up the red chips and the green chips to align. It's kind of awesome. Let's see here. The iron plates. Wait, I could just hook up this to the top of that. Let's do it. This can just go all the way up. Huh. I think that the iron plates are going to, I mean, they're going to slow down because it's not backed up. But now we're going to start producing green chips. And then red chips will start outputting onto this line. Copper plates are just not reaching here. Look at this. We have, in theory, this is working. In practice, I don't have enough materials. And then this can input onto that. And this can input back here. It's a bit of a mess, but this whole base is a mess. And there we go. The green chips, if we have any extra, which right now we don't have any copper plates, and the iron plates are pretty low. This input line is what needs to improve, and our copper production has been garbage for a very long time, but I haven't needed it. So I guess first thing I can do, I don't know how to effectively, I guess what I can do really quickly to speed things up for a moment is to just dump some copper plates into these. And that will turn those copper plates into chips for a little bit. But let's figure out production here. Because at the moment, it's just copper and iron. But copper and iron, I feel like I'm running out. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, uh, I am going to take a break from this for the minute. I gotta do something, but I'll be back in a little bit.